How's it going, friends? Welcome to my video. Today, I just want to play a rapid game on chess.com and sort of walk you through my thoughts and just everything like that. You might notice my rapid rating is 2097. I believe it might be a little bit inflated, or who knows, but part of the reason I wanted to do this is, one, to let you get my thoughts while I'm playing, two, for myself to get some practice as well, because as you might notice, I haven't played a rated rapid game, since January 28, 2026. That is 3.5 months, right? Basically 3.5 months. So we're just gonna have fun with it. No plan, no agenda, anything like that. The thumbnail and title and everything will probably depend on how this game goes, so I don't know what it is yet, but let's go ahead and kick it off. Partly inspired by John Bartholomew. He'll do a lot of videos like this, sort of like longer form videos. He also has his, using the clock as a weapon series. I might do something like that too. Now we see the whale variation, e4, e5, c4. So this is pretty interesting, and part of what's going to be challenging with this series is this is 10-0, like straight up 10 minutes, so it's going to be important for me to use my time effectively, which can be tricky with commentary. But what I'm noticing here is that he's kind of blocking this bishop. I assume the plan's a fianchetto, just for what's worth. But also this square is pretty weak, so he goes f4. I think because of ideas like f5 and even takes, I think the play is actually to take. And I believe the structure I want to go for is d6 and then go g6, bishop g7. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we're going to go ahead and do it. I mean, it's a rapid game. You got to do something, right? But yeah, there's no increment, so if you run out of time, you just lose. And I can go bishop g4 and then try to go after the knight, which is controlling the d4 square. We'll play that temporarily. If he plays h3, I may not take the knight. I might just go back. I just kind of want to see what he does. He goes bishop g5 himself. I think knight d5 is an idea. So, I mean, am I really that concerned? I guess a little bit. He'd get a trade-off. The rook has the open f-file. So I'm going to play h6 here. Attack the bishop. And normally, especially for beginners, I wouldn't advise this. But if he goes bishop h4, I'm going to go g5. Which does open up my king a little bit, but there's a greater vision there, which is that I want to get my knight to the f4 square eventually. Now, he puts the bishop on f2, which is a little safer, but I think I can go knight h5 anyway, just make sure I'm not hanging any pieces. We'll go ahead and do that. And my idea is I want to plot my knight on the f4 square. I also still like the potential of like taking on f3 and having this d4 square available and everything like that. So we will see what they do. We are catching up a little bit on time, but we're still down about half a minute. So it's going to be important to kind of strike this balance of playing accurately, but also playing fast. I don't want to fall too behind on time, but at the same time, I don't want to play all these rushed moves. Now, he does play g3. That's actually a good move, kind of stopping knight f4. Or at least it's a little annoying from my perspective. Like, if I take, now he hits the knight. So I don't really want to deal with that. But g3 does leave behind a weakness, that being these light squares, potentially. So I'm going to go bishop h3, at least for now. And when his rook moves, I'm going to move my knight away. Because I noticed that his queen and bishop are eyeing my knight, which is now undefended. I could go g4, but that seems a little bit overambitious, so I'm just going to retreat my knight to f6. And there's potential, I think there's a positional threat of me going knight g4. Knight g4 attacking the bishop. The bishop wouldn't really have anywhere to go, and if I can trade the knight for the bishop, that's a really good trade for me. In fact, don't I just have knight g4 now? So double check everything. I don't think he has any tactics. We'll just go here. So now also this is open. I have this. And then when I take, I just have the dark squares all to myself. So I like the outcome so far. Let's see how he responds. Also, one of my goals for this series is to sort of show you effective ways to review games. I'm not saying that I'm some sort of authoritative figure as to how to review your games, but I think it's good. I do think the engine is okay. I mean, ideally, if you have all the time in the world, you don't really use an engine to start. But I think for people who have limited time and everything like that, I do think it's good to kind of like use the engine, but also ask questions for yourself about sort of like why the engine does or doesn't recommend certain things. Now, this is getting a little concrete. They're threatening queen takes b2. Do I care that much? Knight d4 is an option, because I believe queen b7, I just go knight c2 at least, and there's a fork. And if knight takes, bishop takes is actually kind of a nightmare for the king, because I have my bishop sort of sweeping in. So I'm going to play knight d4 pretty quickly. I believe if takes b2, there's knight c2. Knight takes c7 might make things tricky, but I don't think there's much to worry about, honestly. Maybe rook b8 first could be more accurate, but knight c7, I mean, he'll take the pawn, that's the thing, but I'll go here. And then, like, I win an exchange, and then I'm gonna get this pawn as well. That seems really good to me. Unless I'm missing a tactic or something. So we'll go knight c2, forking the two rooks. And so, yeah, I think reviewing your games is important. I think if there's an engine, it's important just kind of like understand like why it's suggesting certain things and everything like that. Queen c7. So if I trade, he hits my rook, which isn't the end of the world, but it is something I want to keep in mind. So he's up 2 pawns at the very minute. So if I take and he takes back, it would be equal. Then I could take b2. That's a possibility. This might be actually a good moment to kind of think a little bit. What's the best possible outcome? So takes. Here, maybe. He could counterattack my knight. I don't really love that variation. It's maybe taking this rook better somehow? I like taking this rook because it kind of draws this rook to the corner. I mean, off the top, I don't really see anything that great. So let's just take. If he trades, I'll take back with one of my rooks. And then, you know, now b2's hanging and everything like that. And it should be pretty good for me. Let's go ahead and snap the pawn on b2. I'm not sure about this position. I mean, it seems fine because I'm up a pawn and everything like that. I'm up the equivalent of a pawn. It's a weird material imbalance. I think I have an extra rook, but they have an extra minor piece and pawn, I want to say. So it's not a super comfortable material advantage. And he has some active pieces. This knight is really good. The queen is active. The rook is kind of like trending that way as well. It might be in my best interest just to trade queens when I get the opportunity. Rook b7. See, I'd love to go queen f6, but the knight is there, so I can't do that. Is g4 an option? Can I do something like g4? They move, say, knight h4, and then I have, like, queen g5? Is that a little rogue? It might be, because I'm actually not sure what it accomplishes. But also with g4, there's this option of bishop d4 check. Let's see. I don't think he's threatening anything. Knight e7, I can just move my king. Yeah, I remembered. The main reason I wanted to go g4 was to enable bishop d4 check. Seems a little do or die at this point. Even though I'm up material, I have a lot of weaknesses here. I think queen g5 is actually better first. Because bishop d4, king e1, queen g5, he might be able to kind of like prevent my queen from getting in. Whereas if I go queen g5 first, let's see, yep. Then bishop d4, king e1, queen c1 just looks devastating. I'm not sure if there's a mate there necessarily, but I'm sure it's really good for me. So sometimes it's kind of this kind of chess quote. The threat is stronger than the execution. Like, it's tempting, and we'll see with game review. I might be completely wrong, but it's tempting to go bishop d4 first and then queen g5, but I think going queen g5 first. Now he does play knight f5, which protects the d4 square. So, what do I do? This isn't exactly great for me. Um, um, See, this bishop is kind of on an island. It's not really doing anything. His knights are gonna be like, uh, yeah, I'm not sure. I might have got myself in a bad position. Which, I mean, this is why we do these. We'll play the game, we'll review, and we'll see what we could have improved. I mean, I think h5 makes sense. Try go h4. If knight h4, I now have bishop d4 check. And if pawn h4, it just opens up opportunities like queen f4 check. So, if he takes g7, I'm not too worried about that. I'll just play queen takes. Then my queen has some activity. So he takes that. I'm going to go... Are there any checks? Go h4 pretty quickly. I suspect that white is winning, but also it's a position I can fight on for sure. I don't even have a material advantage now. Oh, wow, he takes. Oh, I forgot. I forgot now this is covered. Shoot. Yeah, I think I made a mistake. I think I'm just losing. Is there any way I can fight back? Let's see. Queen d8, try to trade queens. I mean, g3, maybe. Pawn g3. Think about this as well. Gotta do something, right? I think queen d8, there's rook d7. Hmm. Yeah, and I'm running out of time, too. g3. I think pawn takes g3. And he's just fine. Oh, darn. Um... Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. These knights do such a good job at controlling all the critical squares my queen could go to like check the king. I mean, I can't go here. Queen c1 is just a shot in the dark, right? I mean, I guess there's one. Well, I mean, even their queen. I mean, I gotta do something though, right? I do believe it's a shot in the dark, but I feel like slips up. Well, I don't even know how he would slip up, but there's ideas of here. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I don't think I have any checks. And, I mean, there's no way this in between works. I have to take. I mean, if I don't take, I'm definitely losing. If I take, I can hope that he just messes it up somehow. Check. Check. Where's the mate? Queen f5? Check. Maybe I go to h7 first. Well, then there's rook f7. That's definitely losing. Check. King g8. Check. Check here. I mean, I just got to roll with the punches, right? Yeah, king h7, rook takes, queen takes. Um, Problem is I don't even have a check. Gotta go king g8. Yep. Let's go here. At this point, we're just hoping for a miracle. We're just hoping and praying for a miraculous outcome. But to be fair, it's hard. Okay, knight f5 actually seems pretty good. Although now there's opportunities to check. Wait, hold the phone. Hold the phone. Check. I also saw g3, but I have to play something. I have under a minute. Check. Yeah, I think he has found his way out of it. I mean, yeah, I think this is losing. No check, no check. Definitely no check. Well, maybe there was a moment there. Let me just make sure. I mean, we're g8, there'll be this. Yep. Just one of those games. Oh well. Just double checking. I hate when I like resign and like there was a move I could have played that was miraculous, but I don't think that that's the case. I mean, yeah, check. I'll probably resign at like 1 second just so it doesn't look like I stalled out or anything like that. Just play rook g8. He'll go check. Yep. All right, good game. That was good. Even though I lost, obviously I'm not happy with the game, but I am interested to see how it went because I mean, just without the engine, I thought the setup I played was fine. But you know, there's some advantages he has. He has this open F file that maybe I didn't pay deference to. There's some pressure, some ideas here, everything like that. So I might have structurally misplayed it. Um, yeah, it's possible I got a little greedy. I mean, with hindsight, maybe this wasn't the best thing to go for. Or maybe here I should have done something instead of knight c2. Like maybe I could have traded on f3 and gone bishop d4 check. Yeah, isn't that actually really good, maybe? I don't know. Trades, check. I mean, he could probably escape, though. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, let's look at game review, and then we'll call it a day. We will call it a day. Let me just see how it looks on your end. Should be pretty good. Okay, so accuracy, he played 86, I played 71, and you can... Oh, you don't necessarily see. If I go here, you'll see like there's this button start review, which you can do, but I like having the autonomy and just like being able to move wherever I want. Now obviously c4 is a very unusual second move, so first thing I'm gonna do is try to find out what the best response is. Now if I go to the analysis board, go openings, I mean, most people play like knight c6 or knight f6. I mean, it's all pretty standard stuff. I guess maybe I should play bishop c5, just went for that setup, and then d6, because I think f4 just kind of threw things off the rails, right? But apparently here d6 is best. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of get that going. See here, d6, the computer already says is a mistake. Let me actually do it from here. I like this screen better because, anyway, because sometimes with the game review, like with the the initial run, we'll say like moves are mistake or great or brilliant or whatever, but then you look a little deeper with the computer and it actually doesn't hate it or love it. Like I think some people have mentioned like it'll say initially, the game review will say initially that that you have a brilliant move, but then you actually look through the game and there's not a brilliant move, right? So sometimes I just like it kind of like this anyway. So knight c3, g6. So nothing super wrong with this, although, yeah, I guess my sort of opening lesson is I should have just, should play bishop c5 earlier. I think that would have been a much more interesting game. Then if he plays f4, then I go d6. And apparently this is really good for me. f5, g6. Yeah, I mean, seems fair. Chipping away at this. There's no g4, I don't think, because, I mean, h5. I mean, and there's all kinds of weaknesses and everything like that. So, anywho, d3, knight c6. But I mean, it's still not bad. I mean, it's playable, but clearly worse for me. But play g5. Yeah, it says it's an inaccuracy, but it's not the worst in the world. But apparently, there's a tactical drawback, which is knight takes g5. because of this attack. So if pawn takes, they actually can just go bishop takes, and there's this pressure with the rook. Then bishop takes, queen takes, and there's just a lot going on here, right? Not much I can do about it between the queen and the rook. If bishop takes e2, they go queen takes e2, and then takes, and once again we have the same problem, right? So, anywho, I play g5, I go knight h5 trying to go to the f4 square, g3, bishop h3. Yeah, I think I said in the commentary that I thought g3 was a good move, but then I looked more into it, and I don't think after bishop h3 it was all that good. I mean, it stopped my one plan, but it did give him some weaknesses. Wow, f5. F5's a move I should have gone for. Wow, I mean, that makes sense. Okay, knight f6, knight g4, attacking the bishop, queen b3, which blunders knight f2, and then the winning move is either knight d4, which I played, or g4. I think g4 actually makes a lot more sense. Because of knight d2, there's bishop d4 check. Or I was saying queen f6, but I think bishop d4 is more effective. The king has literally nowhere to go. The king is scissored with the pawn. So knight e3 is the only move, then queen f6, and just king has nowhere to go. Yeah, g4 would have been killer. I wish I noticed that. I saw the idea, like with the bishop coming here, like if the knight wasn't there, but I just didn't quite complete it in my head. So knight d4, which I mean, still good. I mean, still winning for me, but then, yeah, I did mention briefly in the post-mortem that I should have taken the knight and then gone bishop d4. That would have been better. Bishop takes, bishop d4, king e2, then I can play rook b8 and then get another piece into the attack. Yeah, so I kind of botched it with knight c2. And still winning after knight c2, but I think my mindset was in the wrong place after that move. I took the rook, and I am just curious where I actually blundered the game away. g4, should have played rook b8. I guess just consolidating pieces on the 7th rank. And yeah, I should have played bishop d4. So I was wrong. I thought that queen g5 and then bishop d4 was going to be the way to go. But I think bishop d4 is better, but for entirely different reasons. Because bishop d4, king e1, I'm not going to go queen g5, because he does go king d1 and just prevents me from going here, and then he has all kinds of threats with knight f5, right? But after bishop d4, bishop d4, king e1, I just go rook b8 and just try to trade everything. Rook takes, queen takes, I have a threat here. Apparently his only moves knight f5, and then queen b1. Guess king d2 is losing due to rook b8. Bishop d1, queen takes d3, queen takes d6, the queen f1, king d2, queen f2. Guess king d3 is made after bishop f1. That's crazy. And then there's this whole repetition. Wow, bishop g7 is the only move to draw. That's crazy. Wait, let me try to understand that. So, okay, so it's black to play. Only one move draws, everything else loses. So a move like bishop f1 loses due to mate in 2 after knight d to e7, and then queen takes h6. So there's that threat to keep in mind, here and here. So bishop g7... Oh, wait, no, sorry. I got the square mixed up. I thought it was something we were like a queen d4 or something, but even the knight's taking that. Bishop g7, dropping the bishop back, is the only way to go. Yes, because there's the threat with queen h6, and bishop g6 just protects it. Protects the square. If knight g7, I don't even take the knight necessarily. I mean, I can, but now I can play bishop f1. Absolutely crazy stuff. Okay, but I play queen g5, and it's just a bad position from here. Yeah, I mean, I think I thought I had something here, but I forgot that the f4 square is just taken multiple times, so just desperation all across the board. Rook g8. I mean, saying rook g8's a mistake because it went from mate and 5 to mate and 2, so not much I can do from there, right? Alright, well, that was the game. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the commentary and everything like that. Let me know what you think in the comments if you like videos like this. If you prefer keep it at rapid or do some blitz or maybe even a bullet, I'm more than happy to do that. And with that said, I will go ahead and sign off. Peace.